Welcome back to JPP Investments, and today I'm going to be talking to you. This scary looking board is going to be explaining why most people should be investing their money that they have saved and why you should be putting that money to work. So let's get started. 25-year-old, and you have managed to save up $60,000 by the time you're 25 from working jobs, whatever, teaching, whatever, like substitute teaching, whatever. You've managed to save $60,000. What do you do with that money? Do you want it to just sit there or do you want it to grow? Obviously, you want more than $60,000, don't you? But do you have to keep going out working to make extra money? No. You want that money to grow without having to do anything. Wouldn't that be very nice? Yes, I think it would be. I think everybody would like more money. So, this is what we're going to be working with today. It looks very intimidating to begin with, but I'm going to simplify it for you. So, on this top row, this is what we're starting off with. Anything under here, don't even acknowledge. So I am that 25-year-old. I have $60,000 in my bank account. Okay. I want to make this money work for me. How do I do it? Well, you know what? I'm going to buy a rental property. I'm going to buy an apartment like a duplex, put $25,000 down on it. I'm also going to take $10,000 and put it into stocks, the S&P 500, NASDAQ, whatever. Just so I have a little bit of cash, I'm going to buy some bonds, $5,000 worth of bonds. And I want some Bitcoin, so I buy $5,000 worth in Bitcoin. And you know what? I'm going to put $15,000 on a house. So I'm going to live in my house, and I'm going to buy the rest of these. So, over 7 years, just for say, your rental property without any cash flow actually coming into you, that $25,000 has grown to, if it grows at 7% a year, so this is going to grow, this is growing at 5% a year. This now is worth $35,000. Your initial investment, not even including equity that you put into the property, the actual just $25,000 is now worth $35,000. Wow. You just made $10,000 by just buying that rental property. We're not even talking about putting equity into the property. We're not talking about cash flow. We're not talking about any of that. Just the $25,000 is now worth $35,000. Let's go over to stocks. We had an amazing bull run, and now you made 60% over 7 years, and you are at $16,000. Wow, I didn't even have to work for that $6,000. I just made $6,000 by not even doing anything. The bonds, you bought at par value. We'll explain, don't really have to get into it. Oh my God, I made $5,000 on Bitcoin. I didn't have to do anything. And you know what? My house grew by an extra $5,000. I just made $5,000. Now you can't just buy you can't buy any property, you can't buy any stocks or any bonds if you don't understand it. That's for another topic. For sake of argument, you're not physically working, you're not going out wasting your time. For sake of argument, we're not fixing the rental property, somebody else is managing it, they're doing everything for you. This is what you're worth now. So just the money that you put in, you're now worth $86,000. That's $60,000 in 7 years is now worth $86,000. You made $26,000 with really not having to do anything. You didn't have to go to a job to make that $26,000. You didn't have to do any of that. But the rental property pays you rent. Every month you collect $100. So over that 7 years, you have collected an additional almost $8,500. You have just collected rent in over 7 years for $8,400 you collected by putting your money to work. Your stocks paid you a 1.5% dividend. You collected $1,050 from dividends. And your bonds paid you a 2% rate. You made $700. So not only did you increase your net worth, this $60,000, by $26,000 to $86,000 in pure hard cash that went into your pocket, you made $10,150. Now the cash flow over 7 years that basically gave you a raise of $1,450 additional every year. That was a nice little paycheck you just got. A nice little bump, a little raise for not really having to do as much work. You had to do work to find the property. You had to do work finding stocks, bonds, Bitcoin, house. But then that was really it. You just had to check in on the property. Just had to watch the stock market. You just bought your bonds. You just let Bitcoin go. and you bought your house. You have now accumulated an additional, what does that come out to be? $27,450 just by putting your money to work. There's this saying, work harder. I'm sorry, I messed it up already. Work smarter, not harder. You have this money, view it like an employee. Every dollar you have is your employee. You are a business owner. You run a 60,000 employee company. You, as the business owner, want that company to make money. So you tell your employees, hey, go out and find me other employees. Go make me money. Go do this. Go do that. And I want you to come back with more employees and more money. Well, that you deployed 25,000 employees for your rental property. Now you came back with 35,000 employees working on your rental property. And over the course of 7 years, also collected you 8,400 employees. And now, this cash flow, this 10,150, this is not even collecting anything. You can go reinvest this. You could have the whole time been reinvesting into stocks or buying more Bitcoin or saving up for another rental property, right? You can reinvest it. So that money could have kept growing. That number could have been even higher. This is why investing is so crucial for most people. If you have the means to do so and you can afford to lose the money that you invest, if you're careful, yes, there are parameters and stuff that you have to take into mind. But this is why people like me and people like my friends, we like to invest, because that 60,000 is not doing me any good unless it's making me this money. But not even just me. This is how the wealthy Americans, wealthy people around the world think. They want to see how they can make their money make more money for them. Work smarter, not harder. So I bought this stock. I bought $10,000 worth of the S&P 500. I kick my legs up on my chair. I drink my pina colada. In 7 years, it's collected me $7,050 extra. I didn't have to do anything. All I had to do was take that capital and invest it. I bought something with it that was appreciating. And I made money drinking my pina colada. I bought the rental property. I just check in once every few months. Hi, you just run my property? No, fantastic. Okie dokie. Thanks for paying me my rent. Made me $8,400 just by doing a few check-ins. Granted, there's more to it. Yes, you have to do your research. Right? Your bonds pay you a little bit. And all while living in your house. Isn't that fantastic? Isn't that just absolutely fantastic? Doesn't that just get you going? Like, your money growing without having to do... Could you just imagine? And then you get to the point where you're 56 years old. You put your legs up and you never have to take them down again. You let your money work for you. You go into retirement and they take over for you. This is why most people who invest enjoy investing and understand the importance of it. Because otherwise, you would be susceptible if that $60,000 has been sitting in your bank account. We had a record high inflation. Every year would lose 7.5%. This year alone, it would have lost 7.5% in value, in purchasing power. Excuse me. Every year, though, it would lose value due to inflation and the opportunity cost of not growing. Would you rather be the person that over 7 years has turned the $60,000 into this? Or would you rather be the person that has $6,000 and it just sits there? Now, granted, not everybody's situation is the same, but investing, if done properly, is a very powerful tool. And I didn't even use crazy numbers. This was a 7% or a 5% return year over year. Your property grew that much, and it only paid $100 after you paid for the mortgage in cash flow. Stocks, that was a 7% I think return. Average market return of the S&P 500, right? It gets to be very simple. If you follow trusted resources and you understand, you learn how to invest, you can do this. Like it is difficult up front. The work is up front. You have to learn how to do it. And I am not a financial advisor. I will be soon, but I'm not a financial advisor. So I'm not telling you to go buy all these crazy things. But you can buy I'll leave the books down in the description. The books I first started off reading that got me to understand the importance of all this. So books like Rich Dad Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich. What else do I have on my bookshelf? Let's see. The Intelligent Investor. How to Win. We won't even talk about rental property investing. Right? There are tools to learn, and it is available. You just have to find them. So I'm providing you what I have learned, the resources I have found online, and I'll put them down in the description below. But with that being said, the goal of this channel is to get you to understand this and why to invest and how to invest. I am not going to tell you what stocks to buy, what fits your portfolio, but I'm going to tell you what I'm buying. I'm going to tell you that I have been nonstop looking at Roblox and Nvidia and Palantir and GameStop. What else have I been looking at? I've been looking at trading bonds a little bit. Like I'm going to tell you what I am doing. But I'm going to give you the resources to how I got to these places and how I got to understand this and understand the importance. This is so important. Even you're working with $5,000. I started off with investing $400. My first ever stock, because I loved Warren Buffett. I bought Coca-Cola shares. I was like, I am the king of the world. I am part owner of Coca-Cola. I put $400 first investing, and now I have a lot more. I'm no millionaire, hopefully one day, but it takes time. I'm making this video because I know everybody behind this screen that I'm talking to through this camera lens, you can do it. Whether it's $5 a week, $5 a month, you can figure something out. Whether it be just the bonds that don't even really move and you just collect money. Just get your money working for you. But it's not suitable for everybody. I'm not a financial advisor. I went on a long tangent on this video, but it's because it's something I'm passionate about. It's like I can't stop talking about it because I can't stress this enough. I was telling everybody at work, I was telling 4 people at work today, I'm like, oh, you guys gotta open a Roth IRA. And like, what's that? And I'm like, oh my God, how do you guys not even know what Roth IRA is? And people don't know about it. So, with that being said, please leave a like. Please comment what you thought about this. If you didn't understand anything, I'll try to explain it a little bit better. But I will definitely be doing more in-depth topics about all this, time value of money, everything like that. But this is why I'm just mapping out the importance of investing and the different tools you can use to invest. Right? I'm not saying you have to have rental stocks, bonds, Bitcoin, house. No, you can just be purely stocks. I'm purely stocks. Oh no, that's a lie. I'm stocks and Bitcoin at the moment, right? But I want to get rental properties soon. I have bonds like for my grandparents and like my uncle and stuff like that, but I don't actively buy them. But I do have them. I don't have a house one day, but see, this is what I'm saying. You can be like my friends. I have a friend who's strictly stocks, and I have a friend who's strictly Bitcoin. Well, he's actually in class. But these are tools to get you invested. And hopefully, throughout my ability to show you what I can, hopefully I can get you invested or help you understand where to find the information to how to invest. Then I will feel accomplished because that is my goal. My goal is to understand why you should be investing in whatever you want. I'm not telling you what to buy. Again, I have gone on a tangent, but I will probably post this whole video just because I can't stop talking about it. So, with that being said, I know I just said leave a like and a comment. I wrapped it up again. I'm going to wrap it up one more time. Leave a like, leave a comment, share. If you got any value out of this, let me know. If you didn't, tell me it was a waste of time. With that being said, have a great night.